Lotarogar! What's up guys, is I, the mighty Greenchili here, and today we're going to do an awesome Transmog showcase. As your host, Greenchili will show you unique and special Transmog sets for you to farm away on your character. I like making Transmogs, after all, it's what I enjoy. If you enjoyed this content, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more cool content. So let's get started, shall we? And look how many pieces of sets we got. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then finally the last but not least, Blackhand's Successor. And yes, by that name you would think he'd be the best successor. Well, at least in my interpretation. And look at this badass set. And yes, you have the Blackhand's hammer. Well, that's something to fucking talk about in the honeymoon. Who knows? So yes, this freaking awesome helmet with a very Spartan theme, and never looks nice when you go charge at your enemies in full blaze of glory, with a little nice buzzsaw to really give that extra heating source, and a nice little glove that has a little bit of extra lava with the red texture of the gloves to match with the belt very nicely. I couldn't find a good tabard. Yeah, you might think the Orgmar term might work, but it doesn't really match with the exact color of the red. That's why I didn't include it, but let's even continue forward. These boots also actually very similar, at least the color of the red and orange mixed in, and I did my best to make it look really badass, along with a nice mace to really smash your enemy's face. This set in particular will look good on either a male or female orc. Depends on your preference, because this set looks sick AF. You know, it's good. So you might be wondering, how do you get this set? We're going to do just that. So let's get started, shall we? This helmet in particular is called the Primal Gladiator's Plate Helmet. And that's right, it's from the best expansion, the favorite of everybody, improved by Asmongold, and that is found all the way in Ashran. Make sure you go to War Spear and head on over to this little section here right next to what it was Ashran, the battleground. And once you go over there, make sure you talk to a Bloodguard Axe Slash. That's right, that's how he's called. And all you have to do is just sold 3 marks of honor, and thankfully he's basically the last amount of marks of honor you have to spend on, so that means you don't have to do that much PvP, which is very nice if you're not a PvP player yourself, which is fair enough. Especially this is BFA, so who cares? Now, that's how you get the damn helmet, but what about the shoulders and belt? They look very badass, which they are. You might think you might get them in the same place. Well, sadly, my friend, we're both wrong. I mean, we're really wrong. This shoulder in particular, let's talk about this one. This one is known as Blackhand's shoulder guards. Hope I'm saying that right. And the shoulder guards can be found all the way to the best expansion. Head on over to the fucking Goron. And then make sure you go to the north of it, and you will find yourself the Blackhand Foundry to the left side from the little happy hearthstone. Once you go inside the entrance, you should be able to be ready to get inside. And from the looks of the freaking shoulders and belts, obviously make sure this is on Mythic difficulty. If you don't put on Mythic difficulty, you'll get a different color. And trust me, I did a lot of Transmog runs throughout my fucking years, and if I mess it up, I know I mess up. And see? I didn't mess up at all. How convenient, see? Because if you do it on heroic, for example, you get green. We don't want green. We want red. Red and black. So you might be wondering what boss that drop them, which we'll get to that in a second. Which is right over here, heading over to the little raid and Blackhand Foundry. On Mythic difficulty, make sure you take down Operator Dogar. But to get to him, you just need to take down Beast Lord Dermak, and then finally the Dogar himself. And once you kill him, he drops it as a token, but also as a shoulder pad here. Of course, I haven't looked up the shoulder pad guards himself, but I'm guessing it's the same drop rate as the token himself, which is a whopping 3% chance. And you'll be wondering what the other option is. well as from the first boss, or Gorger, which is very accessible, no other bosses in the way, and he has a chance of dropping the shoulders the same thing, and guess what, it's neutral, so that means if you have a Death Knight or a Paladin who's willing to Transmog farm for your warrior, you know, Orc warrior himself, then guess what? You can get it and not have to worry about having to be class specific with Operator Dorgar himself. I mean, look at it. Class specific, class specific. So yeah, of course you can also get it from Blackhand himself with his little essence, but really odds if you have to compete with other warriors, because there's still a lot of warriors doing it, especially with the Makar Orbs, which I still haven't gotten mines yet. So yeah, that's where you get your shoulder pads. But then what about the belt? It's from Heimel. And to get to Heimel, and you're wondering what the belt's name is? And it is definitely called the Flesh Chewer Great Belt, which is found all the way back to Draenor. Head on over to Nagran, and then make sure you get onto the west section in front of the Heimel City entrance. You'll find a guard there, and if you do find that exact guard with the little happy portal there, that's where you know exactly where you're at. Go inside. At least you only have to kill at least one boss. That's right. You only need to kill one boss, and then you can just skip on over to Bracket Spore. He has a chance of dropping the belt. Make sure it's on midday difficulty, otherwise you get green or blue. Depends on which difficulty you went for, other than LFR. And LFR doesn't even have any of the warrior pieces, so do keep in mind on that. And the belt has a chance to drop from Bracket Spore for a whopping 11% chance. That's right, 11% chance. Yeah, it might not be as high as from Orgorger example, but it's definitely better than Operator Dorgar. Let's admit that. And now onwards to the chest and pants, which they look very Blackrock-like because they are literally called the Blackrock chest plate and the Blackrock leg plates respectively. And to get these, luckily, you just need to do a little bit of grinding, which if you're 110 and higher, it should be easy as fuck. Because all you have to do is go all the way to Draenor. Head to your garrison. I know people miss their garrison. And once you go inside, head on over to your little, inside your garrison from the southeast of Frostfire Ridge. And then make sure you have the War Mill, whichever that's what it's called on the Horde side. And then make sure you talk to Grunluck. And all he requires you is to have 80 iron horde scraps, and this accounts for both chest and pants. So of course you do have to have, kill a bunch of iron horde soldiers out in the world, except for Hellfire Citadel, so don't worry about that much. So just kill a bunch of iron horde soldier. If you see one, put a bullet behind their head or between the eyes, who cares, just kill them, take their scraps, and then once you have enough, which if you have 80, which if you count by 8 plus 8, which in total should give you 16, which that means in total you need 160 Iron Horde scraps, which is going to be quite a little bit expensive, but that's just how you're able to get enough for 2 of those pieces. And it's going to be a long road ahead, but it's definitely worth it because, look at it. It looks very Iron Horde, and plus it looks comfy. Look at it. There's a little bit of leather in there. Comfy as fuck. Now what about the gloves and boots? Which thankfully, unlike the gloves and belt, they actually are part of the same raid. Yep. Not that shocking or whatever. Now you wonder where they're from. Yep, the gloves, called the Handguard of Molten Giant. The boots are called the Cracked Obsidian Stompers, are dropped from the Fairy Lands of Calizan, which is over at Kilmador. Head over to Mount Hyjal. Head southwest of the zone. You'll find the Sulphur Spires, and you'll find a little happy portal in that spire, and that's where you find the very raid entrance. You'll find it because there's 2 vendors there. For some reason, they're still there despite how pretty, dangerous it is there. Once you go talk to to nobody, because I don't know why I even mentioned that, get inside the fucking entrance, and then the bosses that you want to take out, which I look from the freaking journal, which is right here, Firelands. And make sure you put this on heroic mode. If you put it on normal mode, you get a different color. you get the yellowy version instead of the orange yellow. So make sure you pay attention, my friends. Now the boss that we're going to be talking about is from the ones who dropped the gloves. One that is Belrock. Where's Belrock? Oh, it's the gatekeeper. How do you get him? Get to him? Well, make sure you kill Shanox, which to summon him you must kill a bunch of ads around the fucking entire raid, which is literally the trash itself you've seen throughout the zones between the bosses. So kill a shit ton of them and he will appear. Kill him, but make sure you deal with one of his hounds first because they will fucking stun you, so be careful. And if you don't have a friend with you, that's even worse. Once you check out Shanox himself, then he has a chance of dropping it for a whopping 28%. And again, make sure it's heroic mode, and that's where he will literally would drop the very piece itself. And I don't know why it's showing here, but I'm guessing on 10. Huh. I don't know why I put in the script here. Maybe it's a world drop. Yeah, it probably is. But what about the other boss? Oh wait. Actually, never mind. It's already over here. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm drunk. I'm just stupid. Anyways, that's where you get the gloves from the very Belrock himself. And like I said earlier, 20% chance. But if you're really... Did I say 28? I meant... No, actually it's 28 to 17? Oh man, I'm so drunk. I'm like, seriously, I'm like... well, it's 70% and or 28% percenting. Yeah, my brain's dead. But let's move on anyways, because I'm already fucking screwing things up anyways. What about the boots? Which dropped from Lord Rylith. And Lord Rylith himself has a chance of dropping the damn boots. For a 12% chance. That's right. These sexy boots will be yours on heroic mode for a delicious price of 12% chance. So yeah, compared to the damn gloves, you're likely to get the gloves more than the boots. That's one way to put a boot up your ass, and that's truly the case for an orc warrior to deal with. Now let's talk about the very thing about the fucking biggest thing that every warrior must know is this big dick mace. And since we already mentioned how to get to Blackrock Foundry anyways, let's get back to Blackrock Foundry. And yes, after beating all the bosses, and quite literally, you will get to inside the entrance and you will find him inside of Blackrock Foundry. And Blackhand will fight you against you with this mace. And from what I can tell, the drop chance of getting it is a 9% chance. From my experience, it took me 2 runs and it was super easy to get it. Yeah, the third time and whatever, it was like, it was already taken away by some other random people. And with personal loot, you get a group of randoms on doing heroic mythic. Oh, and speaking of which, if you're doing this on normal mode and you already got the shoulders and belt, guess what? You can get Blackhand's freaking mace on any difficulty, just make sure it's on LFR. LFR, you'll instead get the Forge Hammer, which doesn't look impressive at all. So make sure you do this on normal, heroic, and mythic, so you get the damn mace, guaranteed. I don't know why I didn't mention that, along with the freaking shoulders, but that's how you get it. I know I'm a little messed up because I'm a little sick, so sorry about that. Anyways, with this damn set, you'll look like a true badass, and if you can play a Blackrock Orc, make sure you wear this as a Haunch Orc, because after all, upper orcs are very overrated. And that's it for this damn orc video. Sorry I'm a little sick, I know I'm a little, kind of stupid on the scripting, but I did my very best. Thank you guys for watching, have a wonderful day. Until next time guys, peace out.